years now. Since 2008, something like that. And been in business as a jewelry manufacturer even longer than that, going back to the 1980s. So we have some experience when it comes to the world of jewelry and non-jewelry as well. We have an ever-growing inventory of things outside of the world of jewelry, which we do feature here as well from time to time to give you a chance to see some of our outside of jewelry items. Today's show is dedicated to, it's a Sunday Spectacular, under $100. I'm using air quotes because there might be an exception or two in the show, but otherwise, basically, everything else we're going to show you today is going to be under $100. And so if you want to do some shopping for the holidays, as we record this or do this live, it is the 10th of December. Plenty of time. Well, not plenty of time. You still have time to get these items in time for the holidays. So join us on Instagram, TikTok, our website, shoplc.com, Facebook, however you're finding us. And if you see something that you like, if you're on Instagram, Facebook, those sold, and then the number 100 will be the first one. Or on TikTok, the little link on the top there takes you to how to order. So, we actually have a really nice lineup. I'm just looking at everything that we're going to be sharing with you. So we got a lot of good things in the show. How about I stop? I should explain this first because I did just touch on it. Deliver joy. Every purchase you make also provides a meal for a hungry child around the world, and we have now provided, and I think it's 46 now. Still says 45 there, but I believe we just crossed the 46 million mark a couple days ago. So over 46 million meals have been provided. There's what I was talking about, 40 plus years in business. We started making jewelry for others 40 years ago as a television shopping thing only about 15 years ago. SNL did a hilarious spoof of TV shopping last night. I can't even begin to talk about it because, it was appropriate for the midnight hour, but it was very funny. Let's see. We are going to start. We're going to start with one of the most important items of this entire show that I'm going to do today. It is a pendant. Man, I knew I was going to do that. Well, one prop. Small price to pay to deliver joy.
Yeah.
So, all right. Not the first time, won't be the last. I wish I had a count of how many times I have broken things in my career. Starting, though, with, seriously, one of the most important items that I can show you today, and I'm going to do this. We have two cameras here, so that's why I'm going to, if you're saying, why is he not showing it to me? I'm showing it to TikTok first. TikTok always gets first look for no real reason other than it's the one on the left. And then for everybody else, watching on again, Instagram, Facebook, the website, shoplc.com. You might be watching the archive of this. Now, the prices are only good for a little bit. And so until 4 p.m. Monday, every price I give you is guaranteed. So if you're watching us days from now, well, go to the website. Hopefully the price is still there. So one of the things to keep in mind. In the price, by the way, talking about the pendant only, ignore the chain. Pendant only, gold over silver, $9.99. Now, one of the things I want to mention before I talk a lot about this pendant is we do an entire day of $9.99 and under items every Friday. Now, we're going to be moving into clearance mode in about 2 weeks, so we don't necessarily do it then. But if you want to shop for items, and not just jewelry, but watches and everything else, hey, who said hi, y'all? Jareen. Hi, y'all. How are you? By the way, these are interactive shows. If you have questions, if anything is on your mind, if I'm not telling you something, let me know. Answer it, and I'll answer it. That's the nice thing about these live interactive shows. But Fridays is the day where we will do an entire 24 hours of under $10 items. And I have shown this pendant before on Fridays. Again, the chain is not included, it's the pendant only. And we have sold thousands of these. I know we don't have many. So if you want to get this pendant as a gift in time for the holidays, do so quickly. Let me take it off the little display here before I drop this one and break this too. And just measure this and tell you that the pendant itself is about 7/8 of an inch. The whole pendant, I should say, with the bail, 7/8 of an inch. The pendant itself, we'll call it just over a ½ inch. Now this is engravable. Let me just show you again the large surface area that you have that you could engrave. So if you wanted to personalize this, if you wanted to add a message, if you wanted to put the year, I love personalized things for a year because then you can look back on it and say, hey, I got this for Christmas 2023 or whatever, anniversaries, birthdays. You can personalize that even more by engraving that. Now, a good jeweler can do that for a few dollars. Should only be a few dollars. If it's more than that, I would shop around a little bit. Some will charge based on how many letters or numbers or whatever you're putting into it. Other thing is, you might have the tools yourself. We used to sell them here. A few years ago, we sold little engraving tools. And the slickest, easiest thing in the world, just if you have one of those. In fact, that might have been a $9.99 item back when we did those. It was a few years ago, so I can't remember completely. But anyway, so you can personalize that and do something more. Add in some initials or a letter, monogram, whatever you want to do yourself. So for $10, when you think about this, because remember, going back to this thing again, 45 plus million meals provided. Every time you make a purchase, that equals a meal. It doesn't matter whether it's $9.99 or we had some Tanzanite yesterday. Some of those pieces were thousands of dollars. Same thing. That provides a meal. So no matter what you're buying, a meal is delivered to a hungry child in the United States or in India. India is where our parent company is, and so that's why we also deliver meals over there. I had a chance some years ago to actually go to India on behalf of the company and visit some of these kids at some of these schools, and it's, I don't want to be downbeat here, but I've never seen such poverty in my entire life. And so for those kids in particular, that is many times the only meal they get all day. That is it. So it's especially important for them, and obviously for the kids in this country as well. But anyway, that's a side benefit of your purchases. Let me show you again, because this is a really nice piece. This is gold over silver. You have gold over sterling silver, 14 karat gold over sterling silver, and completely engravable. Let your friends know about this. And by the way, like us if we've just kind of appeared in your feed randomly. You're saying, who are these people? Shop LC. Go ahead and like our TikTok, our Facebook, our Instagram, whatever it is, and we will, we're here twice a day, every day, in this form, and then we're on television 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know right now, well, I don't know about right now, they were just doing a gemstone called terahertz before I came in here. They might still be doing it, I don't know. It's a really interesting stone, and I'll leave it at that for now, but you might want to check that out. So that was number 100, if you're in, or was that 101?
101.
That was 101, I'm sorry, 101. That's right, we start at 101 and work up from there, so that was number 101. Now, chain it's on, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Yes, the chain that it is on. I gotta say this. For this price, and the price, by the way, is $29.99. Grab several of these, and I mean that seriously. Let me show you the size. I can probably do this for both cameras at the same time. Look at the size of this chain. This is in 14 karat yellow gold over sterling silver. This is an 18-inch long rope, and it's $29.99. So this whole look right here, $40. The chain, the pendant, would be $40 if you're ordering right now. The chain is a big deal, and literally this weighs 8.8 grams. That's almost 9 grams. Remember, an ounce is 31.1, so this is not far away from that. 9 grams in weight, and what you're looking at here is the most wearable, classic piece of jewelry ever. It doesn't get any more timeless than this. It really does not. It does not get any more timeless than this. This is a gold rope chain. Gold over sterling silver for $29.99. Who's going to do a gold over silver chain for $29.99? 14 karat yellow gold over sterling silver. I want to check one thing, because I think, yeah, it says Italian right there on my description. This is Italian made. Why is that a big deal? It's a very big deal. The Italian, and you'll be able to see this for yourself. It's going to be too small to see on the screen, I'm guessing. It's going to say Italy on these little areas here. That's called a pincetta, those areas right there. And it will say Italy. So you know that you are buying Italian-made gold over silver jewelry. That is a huge bonus. There's a comfort factor in knowing that you're wearing Italian-made jewelry. The watch I have on has a Swiss movement. So I know that it's going to be accurate, reliable, dependable. I will never have to worry about this watch movement. It's made in Switzerland. It's kind of the same thing when it comes to gold. When you have gold over silver, when you have a piece of jewelry that is made in Italy, there's just a comfort factor to it. It's like, okay, I'm driving a German engineered sports car. I know that it's probably not going to break down on the freeway. I have a chain that is well made, that is durable, that is going to stand the test of time, that is always going to look good, always going to feel good. I mean, literally, you will feel the heft of this when it weighs 8.8 grams. If you don't want to take my word for it, you can always check the website. On the website, we let people leave reviews. This is a 4.8 star rated item. That is a hair away from perfection. Very tough for something after repeated reviews to be perfect. Like when you go to Rotten Tomatoes, it can be the greatest movie in the world. There's always going to be that one person that says, it was too long, and hates it. You're going to pull the rating down. So for this to still be at 4.8 stars after several reviews, that says a lot about the quality of this piece. And I got to say again, that whole look, this whole display of the chain and the pendant, $40, $40 to get all of that home. That is definitely something you want to be thinking about. Holidays are getting closer and closer and closer. So if you see something you like, take advantage of that. Now, let's see. Next thing I need to find is, look at this. Have you seen a more dramatic, beautiful ring? Oh my gosh. Now, seriously. Look at that. The color combination here is off the charts. First off, first things first. What's this? Those are Ethiopian willow opals. Ethiopian willow opals are no longer being mined. Those stones take opal to a whole nother level. If you think, well, yeah, I've seen opal before. Not if you haven't seen Ethiopian willow opals, because they have this play of color like no other opal ever has or ever will. It is amazing. Every color of the spectrum, and then some, is going to be sparkling and radiating from these willow opals. They are the best. They are the finest. Let me just, again, you see here for our Facebook, Instagram friends, give you just the first look this time. Oh my, get closer, get a little closer there too. And then TikTok, here you go. Oh my gosh, this is dramatic, very, very dramatic. Now the other stones that you're seeing, you have, can I get the list, DJ?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. Ethiopian willow opal, blah, 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 blah. Then there's also fire opals, Nyassa rubies, chrome diopside, and I think that's it. Yes. So, Nyassa rubies, I wasn't 100% certain on those. That's what I wanted to find out. And these, again, that's fire opal. And then this is chrome diopside. So, ruby, fire opal, and chrome diopside. They work perfect. Well, any stone would work perfectly with Ethiopian willow opals. That's one of the nice things about willow opals. Literally any other stone goes with them. Because within a willow opal, you have, well, let's make a game out of it and see how many different colors we can spot here on the willow opals. There's some blue, there's green, There's gold. I would bet we're going to see, yep, some oranges, almost reds up there. A lot right there of some oranges coming out. Every time you move this ring, you're going to see more colors, and you're going to see something. Basically, it's almost like it changes. It looks completely different every single time that stone or those stones move. That is an amazing ring. And I haven't even mentioned the price on this. $107.99. I warned you there might be some items that are a little bit over $100. This is barely there. $107.99 is your price on this. And when it's on the hand, it's big. See? I mean, this is significant. This is a big ring on the hand. So it's definitely going to have some grandeur, shall we say, on the hand here. And that's a good thing. You like a bigger statement piece for $107.99. I mean, that really is amazing for a stone, for stones of that quality. And they really are. Ethiopian willow opals, quick little backstory on this. Can never assume everybody knows all about these gemstones here. So with Ethiopian willow opals, you're buying a stone that was mined from mid-90s, I guess it was, where the mining really started up in any serious way, up until just a few years ago. The mine owners made this decision. Now this is where roll the sleeves up time, because it's cut to the chase, be real. When we think about gemstone mining, and we think about gemstones, we think of it in very romantic terms. Look how beautiful this ring is. It's elegant, sophisticated, all those words come to mind. At the end of the day, gemstone mining is a business. It's no different than this, or Walmart, or Macy's, or anyone else. At the end of the day, they need to turn a profit and they need to make a business. And so the people that owned the Willow Opal mine sat in their boardroom and said, okay, here's the situation. We're making some money off of Willow Opal, but we would make a lot more money mining something else. And there's a mineral called tantalum that is very necessary and in great demand right now in a lot of electronics. And so they said, Willow Opal, done. And they basically closed up shop, walked away. So now they're mining tantalum, which is a very important mineral, and it's making them, the owners, a lot more money. So that's why I say at the end of the day, it's a business. And if they decide Willow Opals are paying the bills, but not paying the bills as easily or as much as this other mineral is, close up shop with this, go back and do something else. So I kind of understand where they're coming from, and it, to a large degree, it makes sense, yet it doesn't, but that's their decision to make. They decided they're done mining this stone. What can we do about it? We can't do anything about it. So let me just show you again. I mean, come on. Look at how amazing that is. And for what did I say? $107.99 for that combination of color, for that combination of gemstones. That's impressive. Now, if you want to join us, remember again, Sold 104, comment box, TikTok, link. Spread the word about us. Let others know. Share us. First, like us. Like our Facebook, our Instagram, and you can find us on social media. You can find me on social media. Search my name, which I never even gave you, Shawn Wilsie. And follow me on social media, because we would love for you to join our family. And when you do, you register with us, is what we call it, register. Go to the website, register with us, or on the app. And then you can get the inside scoop to everything that's going on, about special events, our big deal that we do every day. We have one special value that just kind of outshines all the others. You get the heads up on that. We don't spam you. I don't think we do unnecessarily. If it turns out you're not wanting to get our emails anymore, unsubscribe. And it's that quick and that easy. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of great things going on, which is why I always encourage you, go to the website, shoplc.com. Just have a look around. You can put in the search box Ethiopian Willow Opal and see more like this. You can see more gemstones. We have gemstones on the website that never make it on television for whatever reason, or in our live streams here. So you can go and find all of those great deals. But just take a few minutes and get registered with us. It is free, doesn't cost you anything, so that you can become part of our family. But again, first, like our social media, the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of those. The main streaming venues. We do things on X and Threads and all of the others. But yeah, take advantage of all the great deals we have going on, because we are going to continue with actually staying in the well of opals for a second, but putting in different accent stones, which you'll see here in just a moment. This time, Tanzanian rhodolite garnets. I love how they designed this. I got to show this to you. We'll skip TikTok. No one's watching at this exact moment on TikTok, so let me just set this up for those of you watching us on our other forms of social media. There you can see those Tanzanian rhodolite garnets and the well of opals. Now, do you notice, and actually it's better displayed in the picture back here. Let me show you. One of the things that is so brilliant about the way they've designed this, and this really is smart, is this is what's called an inside-out earring. It'll make sense in a second. Inside, outside. This is front. Well, that's literally front, but this is all facing front. You line that up the same way. So as you're wearing the earring, this part goes to the ear. That's facing forward, that's facing forward. So no matter how you're standing, all the gemstones are facing forward. They always used to design earrings with these stones on the back side. No one's going to see them. They were there. No one ever saw them. So finally, someone had the brains to say, wait a minute, there has to be a better way. And there was a better way, and there is. Take those stones, place them on the inside. Here's the problem with this. Why doesn't that happen on every pair of earrings ever? There's a good answer to that. It's more expensive. It is easier. Now just imagine I was giving you the task. Here's your task. I want you to take gemstones and put them into a setting. Okay. This would be easy. I could probably do that. I could probably place stones in that setting right there on the outside. Now, you've done that successfully. Get them to the inside of the earring. It's not as easy. It is not as easy to do. So, because that takes more time, cliche but true, time is money. So it's going to take those people that set those stones longer to put them on the inside of the earring than on the outside. Therefore, it now costs you as the customer more money. And at the end of the day, we don't like spending money. By the way, speaking of money, $99.99. For the end result of all of that work. Well, again, I think you can see it even better back here. Now the setting, excuse me, setting for all of this, setting is rose gold over sterling silver. Greatest idea to put the stones into rose gold over silver. Why? Here's why. Rhodolite garnets have a natural sort of raspberry color to them. It just looks even better when you put it into rose gold. Think about that. If they put that in silver, it would be pretty, but it wouldn't quite have the personality that it has when it's in rose gold, because that enhances the color of the stones even more. Then, I haven't even mentioned the well of opals. Boom, 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 boom. In fact, this is a good shot. You can see how it gives it more of a warm glow. Now, yes, you're still going to see blues and greens and all those other colors, but it definitely gives it more of a warm tone and warm color. So if you're looking for something that is very on trend right now, the Pantone Institute just released their Color of the Year. By the way, whoever gave them this authority, I had never heard of this organization until about 10 years ago, when all of a sudden the morning talk shows or something started mentioning Pantone Institute came up with Color of the Year. Who are these people, and why are they the final judge? But it matters to some people. But apparently for next year, Um, it's peach. Fuzzy peach is going to be the color of the year. So anything peach tone, they expect to be very hot. Yes, you will get some peach colors out of your Wellow Opals. Um, Whether that matters or not, I don't know. I've never really personally cared what the color of the year is, but some people do. So if you're looking for something that is going to work with the color of the year for 2024, then this would be the earring. Again, rose gold over sterling silver. Rose gold is very vintage and frankly very hot all over again. I love it. There's a warmth to rose gold that is wonderful. And to get all of this combined for $99.99. Everything I'm showing you this morning is going to be, well, a couple exceptions. Most of the items are going to be under $100. We had $9.99 already. Now we have $99.99. So we're going to have a nice variety of price points. And with so many gemstones on the table in front of me here, if you're looking for something in particular, we might have it in this. This is where the website is a great tool too. Go to shoplc.com. Search rhodolite garnet. Search, trying to think of an obscure one. Tasmanian stitch-tite. I don't know if we still have that. We might. Bumblebee jasper. These are some of the more obscure gemstones that we've had in the past, and we still have any. You'll see it on the website. We don't have it in our show today. We have a men's piece I just saw here too. So there's a lot of things worth checking out on the website. Or if you would prefer, the easiest way to shop and to order with us is on our app. And I'm just going to show you right here. Our app, we have it for your phones, for your tablets. It has a feature that I love called Fast Buy. Now, I don't think there's anything proprietary here that I can't safely show, because here's my account. There's a button right there called Fast Buy. You can activate it or not. If you have it activated, if there's something you see on the television end of things that you want to order, it's literally one-click ordering. I mean, literally. We had a show Friday night where Dan and I had an item up, and we had literally like 400 people fighting to get that item on the phones. Someone that has Fast Buy activated cuts the line. So they're the person that has the golden ticket, that the doorman is letting in front of everybody else on the line. So it's a great feature to have. So activate it on our app, Fast Buy. Download the app first and get your account all set up, and then you can utilize that Fast Buy feature. Whoa, look at that. Let me get out of the way here. I want you to see for a second on that magnified shot right there what you are looking at. Oh my gosh. Okay. What is the stone first off? The gemstone is a gemstone called peridot. I hope you've heard of it. If not, that's what it is. Peridot is the August birthstone, and it is one of the very popular stones right now. Every stone has its moment in the spotlight. Some stones come and go. Some stones are always popular. I had a friend of mine about 20 years ago, at the time was a question writer for Family Feud. And I told him, you know what, survey people and ask, to name a gemstone. Today the questions are a lot more involved and, dare we say, risque even at times. But back then they were still asking simple questions like, name a gemstone. And so he used that. Now the way that they wound up phrasing it for the show was, other than a diamond, name a gemstone that you would find in a ring. And when the show aired, they had the top 3 answers. And you can probably guess what they were. What do you think the top 3 gems were? DJ, I'm asking.
Ruby.
Number 2.
Sapphire.
Number 1.
Emerald.
Number 3. Got them all right there. No strikes against DJ. He nailed every one of them. And that was it. That was it. I thought for sure that there'd be a tanzanite in the list there somewhere, or even a blue toe, or a peridot. That was it in that order: sapphire, ruby, emerald. And so, but then I started analyzing it in my head. I thought, well, they're asking average people. They're not asking someone like us that are around gemstones all the time. So if you stop someone and say to name a gemstone, sapphire, ruby, emerald, those are the 3. And those are always going to be popular. Those are going to be in style forever, and all go into any department store today. I was at excuse me, an outlet mall over the weekend, last weekend, and went into two different jewelry stores, and same thing. Display case filled mainly with diamonds. Color gems were rubies, sapphires, emeralds, mainly lab created. Anyway, peridot is one of those that is now having its time in the spotlight and is turning out to be very, very popular. This is a heart-shaped ring. You have that heart-shaped design that is so indicative of love. If you want to say I love you this holiday season to someone, and obviously the color green as well is going to be fantastic. That green color that you get with it. Boy, this is, just bear with me a second, because this really is a very good example of peridot. This is a stone, I've been very honest over the years. I have had a love-hate relationship with this gemstone. There have been times I really didn't want to see it. When it is not good, it's ugly. It is not a stone you want. But when it's good, like this is, it's really, really good. Let me just show you again. I'll do this first for TikTok. I'm going to get this up closer to the camera just so you can see. I mean, that is a really good example of peridot. That is fantastic. Now, for our other friends on Facebook, Instagram, oh my gosh, that is impressive. That is a really good example of it. It's $14.99. Do your job, Wilsie. It's $14.99, and you can get a really, really good example of peridot. This is what every stone should be in peridot. And unfortunately, many times it is not. When I was back, oh man, this is, again, a lot of years ago, at a network called Value Vision, doesn't even exist anymore. We had some peridot that came in, and our management was speaking about this like it was going to be the greatest thing in the world. And all of us hosts saw it, and we all kind of universally just recoiled. It's like, we have to sell that? Because it was not good product. But it's that I'm very proud to represent and share with you. So, well, you ready for our next one? One more sip of my Dr. Pepper. As we get ready for our next one, which is another pendant chance.
Now, it does say out of stock, but I just talked to the people, so it should be in stock because we have 9 of these.
I think you just read my mind, DJ. I was just going to say, wait a second. So, DJ's our friend behind the scenes here who is helping with all the technical aspects of this. So we do have a few of these, not a lot, a few, 9 of these to go around. Man, this is breathtaking. Again, I have to, I'm going to start with some live shots here just so you can see this, because it's, in fact, you know what, let me do, here, while I'm up there, let me get the ruler out. I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can't easily do this with every item, but with this one I can because it's so huge, to show you the size. 2+ inches in length on this. It is enormous. Now, do the same thing for our Instagram, Facebook viewers too. There you see. I mean, look at the size of that pendant. Incidentally, the beaded necklace is included. So everything you see right there, the pendant, the necklace, for $99.99. That huge pendant, $99.99. You're getting 96 carats of gemstones here. It's $1 a carat. I mean, let's just cut right to the chase. That's $1 a carat for peridot. And there's some white zircons tossed in for good measure as well. But mainly what we're concerning ourselves with here is all of the peridot. And every stone, let me double check before I say this, but I think, yeah, every peridot on the pendant is a marquise cut. Obviously beads on the necklace itself, but marquise cut to each and every one of those peridot stones. This is a 1,000. I'm going to get my head out of the way because I don't want to block this picture. This is a $1,149 neck piece that we're offering for $99.99. You're giving an $1,100 gift this holiday season. Your out of pocket is $99.99. Just let that sink in for a moment. Not even $100 for something of such grandeur and, dare I say, such drama, because this is a very dramatic pendant being as big as it is. And let me just show you the whole thing so you can see the size of that. Because the chain is all the chain. The necklace is all peridot. Every last part of this. Again, it says there's white zircons as well. I am not seeing them. There must be. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. I see them now. There's a couple there, and then a couple there. So 4 white zircon touches. They're just kind of actually very smart design touch. It just fills in what otherwise would be a little gap, a little opening. So they pop in some white zircons. Everything else is all peridot, but they just kind of sit. That actually is very smart. And watch this. It is actually an enhancer. What I just did was I took the bail and opened up the back of it. So you could take this and use this on the chain that is included, or just wear this as a gemstone necklace, or I could take this and put it on a strand of pearls. Now, it's impossible to put a pendant in a traditional sense on a strand of pearls, because how would you get all the pearls through that bail? Well, what you would do here is open this up, take your strand of pearls. There's usually a little knot in between every pearl. Place that in between the pearls, pop that down, and hopefully it would fit. Any beaded necklace, this is going to work beautifully on. It really becomes 2 in 1. Now, it's designed to be worn together, obviously, and I would hope that you do. Boy, how popular has this been? Let me just, again, go to the reviews, because that's always a good tell. I'm a stickler for reviews. I will, before I buy anything, will always on Amazon or any website read the reviews. 4.9 out of 5. Now, that's not just one person who's given a 4.9. There's 14 reviews in total. So the average after 14 reviews is 4.9. So there's one person probably who didn't give it 5 stars, and that's it. Otherwise, everybody else did for it to achieve a 4.9 after 14 reviews. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised in the least. In fact, I want to meet that one person who must have given it 4 stars or something that pulled the average down. I can't imagine being displeased in any way with something this big and this dramatic and this bold. What an impressive neck piece that is that you're buying today. This, again, I hate to just harp on price, but why is all of this only $99.99? Look at this. Look at this neck piece. It's $99. This is $1,100 worth of jewelry that we're offering today for under $100. It's all peridot except for those 4 little touches of zircon. Let me show you the back. Again, the back's usually not a big deal on a pendant. This one is. There's a lot of silver here. There is a lot of sterling silver on the back of this pendant. So to get all of that silver, in addition to the peridot, and the necklace, because the necklace, my gosh, is included as well, and you get all of that for under $100. This is why Shop LC does what we do. Deliver joy, yes, obviously, this is going to bring you a lot of joy. But we manufacture the jewelry. Most of the jewelry. There's always exceptions. The Italian chain we did not manufacture. We don't have a factory in Italy. This we would have manufactured. I'm just assuming our mark is here somewhere. On the back of the piece, it would be there somewhere to verify, yes, that indeed we did manufacture this. So, because we're eliminating a lot of middlemen. You know, it used to be, and well, we still do. We still, as a company, our parent company, manufactures for others. When I worked for, at the time, what was Shop NBC, I was selling this company's jewelry through another vendor. So we had an on-air guest who was presenting his jewelry. This company made it. So now we're offering it directly to you. We still do for other. There's still our jewelry retail. I don't think there's another network still doing it. There used to be. But I think that now, if it's on TV, it's through us. So you can now get that huge pendant, and it's huge, for $99.99. That's what you want to be doing. $99.99. This is a $1,200 pendant, $1,149, for $99.99. And the reason we do that, because we manufactured it. So you're buying direct from the manufacturer. Another reason why you want to join us, again, like our TikTok, like our Instagram, like our Facebook. That way you never miss any of these amazing deals, because we have a lot of inventory like this, some amazing gemstone opportunities before you. That is one of the hidden treasures of the show. There's always the really obvious good deals, little pendant for $9.99, and there's hidden treasures like that. Let's see. We are moving into a set. Now, we just did a set, right? We just did a set, and you had the pendant and the necklace. This set is very interesting. You will choose a ring size, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 11. You'll get the ring in that size, and you're going to get a pendant as well. So you have a Sleeping Beauty turquoise ring and a Sleeping Beauty turquoise pendant. You get them both for $57.99. Sleeping Beauty turquoise and grandidierite. Let me take a second and explain this stone. Actually, both of these stones, because they're not household names by any stretch of the imagination. Turquoise is, but Sleeping Beauty is from a very specific mine, the Sleeping Beauty turquoise mine, Globe, Arizona, which, not to get too repetitive, but if you were listening earlier, you heard me talk about Wellow Opal, and the mine owners decided to shut down the mine because they're making more money doing other things. Same thing with Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Mine owners said, we're doing okay, we do better with copper. So they shut down the mining operation for Sleeping Beauty and are strictly mining copper now. So that's the story of that. The one that really deserves some explanation is the grandidierite. Now let me show this so you can see, I hope, that dark green color to the grandidierite. It is an amazing, amazing, very deep, very dark green color. Let's see, back it up a little bit there. We have two different cameras that I have to show that to, so that's why I'm doing it that way. Grandidierite is one of the rarest gemstones, period. End of story. There have been a couple different lists that have been publicized about grandidierite, and it's on two lists. It is on the list of the top 10 rarest gemstones, and it is on the list of the top 10 most expensive gemstones. Not every stone that is on the rare list is on the most expensive list, and you might think, well, that doesn't make sense. But no, rarity does not necessarily determine the cost of something. Platinum is more rare than gold. Gold is about twice as expensive. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's supply and demand to a large degree. So when you're buying grandidierite, you're buying a stone that up until about 5 years ago wasn't even being mined. There was no source for it. They found a new source in Madagascar. That's where they mined it. Past tense, that mining is now done as well. And we've used it as the accents to the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Now, we do have a size 11 here. I'm just going to slip this on. I don't know if any guys are interested in it or not, but it would work as a man's ring. There's no rules in jewelry anymore. Just about anything is unisex these days. So if you like the ring, I'm just throwing this out there that it is a possibility that it is something that a guy might wear. Now the pendant, well, I guess same thing. I could see a gentleman wearing that. Ladies, the set was designed with you in mind, but I have rings at home of that size. Most guys do now. It's not. We're not in the day and age where every ring has to be that big and that high for a guy to wear it. This is something that a man or a woman could get away with wearing. It's priced at $57.99, and that's for the set. So remember, you do need to select a ring size. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. The 10s are sold out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. You'll get the ring in that size. That'll be the same no matter what. The pendant will be included then with whichever ring size that you happen to get. So if you get the ring in a size 11, great. You will then get the pendant as well. So you're going to get them both no matter what. No matter what size ring you buy, you will get the pendant, you will get the ring, and when you consider that's $58, that right there is $58. That's your total commitment right now, $58 to get all of that home. That's pretty impressive, frankly. That's a lot of jewelry. That is, $29 a piece for the ring and the pendant. If we were selling either part of that deal separately for $29, that's an excellent buy. But to get them both for $58, even better. And it's a rare combination, too. Sleeping Beauty turquoise and grandidiorite. If you like combinations that you don't see every day, this is a really good example of that. I can safely say I've never seen this combination before. That's the first time I've ever seen Sleeping Beauty and grandidiorite put together. And on paper, if somebody had just said, here's what we're going to do, I probably would have done my best to talk them out of it and say, let's think of something else. It actually worked out nicely. It's photographing darker here than it looks in person. When I look at it in person, the stones are a bit of a brighter green. They're still dark green, but they're not as dark as they look in those images there. Let me just look at our website. Yeah, it's the same image. So they look darker. If you're looking at the website images, they do look a little bit darker than they do in person. It is definitely a very identifiable green. Not to an emerald, darker than that, but just not as dark as they look in those pictures. Worst case scenario, 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Anything you buy from us comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Now, the game does change in clearance. They're all sales are final. But if you get it home and you decide, it's not what that guy on the stream said it was going to look like, you can send it back. Okay, if we were doing this on television, I would be warning everybody that the phones are about to explode. And it's going to get very, very, very busy on the phone lines. So this is kind of a nice moment just for you and I to be able to not just sit here and harp on price, although I'm going to do a lot of that, but to explain what you're buying. Because you are about to purchase those Sleeping Beauty turquoise stud earrings in silver for how much? $20. For $19.99, you can now get Sleeping Beauty turquoise earrings. Those classic stud earrings. Take a look at the quality of those stones. That's Sleeping Beauty turquoise at its best. That's Sleeping Beauty turquoise for $19.99. I just, again, rinse, repeat. Sleeping Beauty turquoise, stud earrings, $20. The thing about this is you have 1.25 carats total weight. So that means each stone is about 60 points, roughly 60 and some change. So these are noticeable, yet, again, let me just show you, not overpowering, not too big, not too small. That's Sleeping Beauty turquoise for $20. That's a pair of Sleeping Beauty turquoise stud earrings for $19.99. This is a $300 pair of earrings. The retail value on these is $300, and you're getting them today for $19.99. Where are you going to get Sleeping Beauty turquoise for $19.99? That's what you're spending. That's what you're getting. Stud earrings in sterling silver, and they're $19.99. Sleeping Beauty turquoise, a gemstone that is not being mined anymore. Can you find turquoise in other parts of the world? Yes, you absolutely can. Sleeping Beauty turquoise, no. Sleeping Beauty was mined in one place. Excuse me a second, I just got something in my eye. Sleeping Beauty turquoise was mined in Globe, Arizona. There was one mine ever that produced this particular turquoise. This turquoise came from that mine up until about 11, 12 years ago when they stopped mining it. So what you wind up with here is what's left of this inventory, of this supply. There is no more Sleeping Beauty turquoise. It's not being mined. There is no more of it, period. This is it. So for us to offer a Sleeping Beauty turquoise, again, these are stud earrings, easiest purchase to make, and it's $19.99. A guy could get away with wearing those. These are a size that even a guy could wear. This is not too big, not too small. This is the perfect example of Sleeping Beauty turquoise at Shop LC. Other networks sell this stone. This is a gemstone you can find other places. Other networks charge. Actually, now that I've said that, there really was, up until a few years ago, only one other network that offered it. I'm not sure they still do. I'm going to have to do some homework on that, because I think they've stopped selling Sleeping Beauty turquoise. I'll have to look. But we have it. We have it in, you know what, this is going to bug me. Hang on. Where's my iPad? I have their app as well. I have apps for all the networks. Did I just step, what beat? Oh, the heater. Let me look and see. I'm just going to do a quick search here, and I'm going to see if they still have Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Sleeping, there we go. Okay, they do. They do. Now, let's see. Let's find some earrings here. We are going to filter. Oh, it's not going to let me. Well. If you want to search earrings here, you can just search earrings. No problem at all. They are not letting me do that. Let's search price low to high. Okay, lowest price item they have, I'll tell you why I'm laughing, I promise, is a Sleeping Beauty turquoise buffalo coin earring, and it's $36. This, with all due respect to them, that might be one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. It is a, I can't show the image. But the buffalo is very enamored with the Sleeping Beauty, or so it looks in that image. So I would take this any day. I really wish I could show you that picture. That is just awful. These are $19.99, and they're Sleeping Beauty turquoise, and they're stud earrings, and you will be very proud to wear those. They're going to have those earrings forever. Those are going to be in their inventory until the end of time. This will not. This is going to be sold out sooner rather than later. So if you like those, do call quickly and take advantage of that one. As we move into, let me just do this. I'm just going to show you right away this dramatic ring. That is all ruby. Niassa ruby. Oh my word. The price on this, let me do that. $79.99. $79.99 for a very, very impressive example of Niassa ruby. This is genuine ruby. I hope that extra word there, Niassa, doesn't confuse people, because I'm always afraid when we say things like this that someone is going to think that that is somehow a man-made stone. It is not. These are not lab-grown rubies, and that, as I mentioned earlier, is the big trend retail. Almost every ruby you see in a display case anywhere these days is lab created. It's just that's all they do. Lab create, lab create, lab create, lab create. These are actual rubies. Now they're treated. That's the Niassa part of this. In fact, on our descriptions on the website, you'll see something. It'll say Niassa ruby. It doesn't say it on our screen here. It'll say Niassa ruby, and then it will say in brackets FF. That means fissure filled. What that is a process by which they take the natural ruby and they iron out imperfections. In ruby, you're going to have imperfections. And let me go back to my illustration back here, because this is all uniform red color. As these stones were coming out of the mine, as they're getting ready to be placed into jewelry, there's either visible imperfections, places where there's no color, whatever. There could be a number of different things that keeps them from being this uniform red color. Fissure filling is simply going in and filling the gaps. And it's a treatment. It is very common in ruby. It is nothing that you need to be concerned about that somehow diminishes the value of the piece. It actually, if anything, gives you more pleasure when you're wearing it, because now you have that uniform red color. Now as you're looking at your hand, you see nothing but rich, red, gorgeous ruby. So it actually makes a huge difference, in a good way, to have that fissure filling done. It's going to look better on, and this is a very vintage looking piece. This has that feeling of something from yesteryear. This has that feeling like you just step back in time. And so if you love pieces of jewelry that have that very traditional sort of look and feel to them, this is the ring. This is the piece that you want to be grabbing, because it honestly looks like a piece of antiquity already. It looks like something that's been in the family for generations already. It doesn't look like a ring that you bought brand new in the year 2023, almost 2024, but that's a good thing. That's what you want. You want something that's going to have that fresh new vibe to it. These do. These all have that feeling. And for $79.99, remember, this is all in silver. You have a lot of silver on the undergallery of the piece. So all of that silver is what's touching the hand. Everything else lifts up off of the hand, making it very comfortable on. And I keep going back to this perfect uniform red color. That's what you want. That's what you want to have on the hand. You don't be looking down and seeing a lot of gaps in the color. And without fissure filling, you would have that. So this is the perfect way to get everything filled in, so you have red everywhere on the ring. And for $79, this is an $800 ring that you're buying for $79.99. Look at that shot right there. That tells the story. Look at the size of the ring, how many gems you're getting. How many are you? You're getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. 11 real rubies for $79.99. That's less than $8 a stone. Where would you get those loose stones for $79.99? Well, the answer is you wouldn't. It would be if you were to go into a store that deals in loose gemstones. And there's not a lot of those. You mainly have to shop on the internet. If you want to buy loose stones these days, nobody would be selling loose rubies for around $7.99 a piece. And it's actually less than that. So about $7 a piece for real rubies. This is extraordinary, what is going on right there. So if you like this design, it is classic. Now, we had a version in sapphire, I remember at one point. I don't know if we still have those in stock. Because I honestly didn't even know we had the ruby version. I remember the sapphire piece from a show that I did some weeks ago. But we have the ruby version available right here for $79.99. And considering the classic appeal of ruby, timeless gemstone, been around forever, been in royal jewelry for thousands of years, and now you have a chance to own your own beautiful ruby ring for $79.99. Maybe this is a gift for the holidays. It is today, December 10th. 15 days until Christmas. Hanukkah underway already. Happy Hanukkah if you're celebrating. But this is a way to get a ring. You'll have it in time for the holidays. You can give it as a gift. Again, sold 110 in the comment box. Someone will contact you then about finalizing the order. Or if you're watching us on TikTok, there's a link on the top of the page that takes you to how to order. So it's honestly even easier that way. You can fill in the information yourself. You're done. 7 to 10 days normal delivery time. Always have to allow for delivery time. And we're getting things in about a week right now. We seem to be doing pretty well. So you'll have it in plenty of time for Christmas. That there's no worries. These are in stock. They're ready to ship. Some items that you see on our website might say ships in 7 to 10 days. We have a few of those. They're a little bit back ordered because they've been very popular. This is not one of those. So this is in stock and this is ready to ship. So you will have it in time for Christmas. And again, look at the size of that center stone. And that's the first thing people are going to see. They're going to notice the size of that stone. They're going to see that incredible ruby on your hand. And how can they miss it? I mean, this is one that is going to turn heads. This is an exquisite example of rubies in silver. In 925 sterling silver, so you have precious metal there, and at a price of $79.99. Let me just give you one more look at that. Just take again a very, very dramatic piece of jewelry that you are buying today for. This is an $800 ring right there for $79.99. An $800 ruby ring, and it's $79. 99 cents. Uniform red color. Prongs of silver holding every stone. This is just beadwork for decorative purposes. That's the only reason for that. Everything else, those dots there, those are the prongs that are holding the stones in place, so they're in a good, secure setting. That is how far your $80 goes here at Shop LC. When you can get a $1,000, for all intents and purposes, $1,000 ring, actual estimated retail value $7.99, and you get it for $79.99. That is extraordinary. By no means the only ruby that we're going to share with you this morning. In fact, is the pendant next?
It is.
We just transition into that because it's the perfect match. In fact, I'll show them to you together so you can see. Perfect match together. So if you got the ring for $79.99. Here's the pendant to match, and as you would probably expect, although you can never assume it's going to be that way, it is also $79.99. So you can get the ring and the pendant for $160 and have both of them, not even technically a little bit under that. But the pendant, same story as the ring. Uniform red color. The great thing about a pendant, it always used to be, if we did something like this, if we said, okay, we would usually show you the ring first. And we would say, here's the ring. Ring is great. It's $80. And then we'd say, here's the matching pendant. It's the same price. Years passed. And by that I mean pre-COVID, we would have had, I shouldn't say no one, but very few people would be purchasing the pendant. Pendants were always not even taking a backseat to rings, they were trailing the rear dramatically. Then COVID hit, and people started realizing how much time they're doing this. They're looking at a phone. They're on Zoom. They're doing all of these things through technology. And now, here's a great example. Just as I stand here, you pretty much see me on TikTok. You're seeing me chest up. You're seeing a little bit more full shot here, waist up on Instagram and on Facebook. But by and large, most of the time, you're not seeing hands. You're not seeing a bracelet. You're not seeing a ring. You're not seeing a watch. And that is what COVID and all these Zoom calls and everything taught a lot of us. It's like, wow, pendants are what people see. Women realized earrings are what people see. And so now all of a sudden, when we show a pendant, everyone's interested because you've realized how important these are. And so, yeah, as we're sitting here, if we're on a Zoom call, I'm seeing my watch, I'm seeing my ring. You by and large are not. This you're seeing all the time. This is always in the frame. This is always in the shot. And so people have started to realize the importance now of pendants. And because of that, pendant sales have skyrocketed. And we have more and more people that are buying the pendants that go with the ring. So as I'm looking at that ring on my hand, great, love it. That is a good looking ring. You are seeing you watching are seeing the pendant. You're seeing that gorgeous pendant. And again, just look at the red. Look at the intense, beautiful ruby red color that you are getting in this pendant, because this is one of the key things to this. These are real rubies, 100% genuine ruby. The real thing. This is all the best, all the finest in genuine rubies. So when you shop on these pieces, and you get a carat weight, I guess I haven't mentioned, of 6 carats. So all of that carat weight in sterling silver, it does add up. And that's one of the nice things about this, is you have this gorgeous display, this beautiful opportunity to get the pendant, perfect combination, alongside the other pieces that we have made available, the ring, and it's only $79.99. So when you just think about how little you're spending and how much you are getting in return, this is why we have a lot of people shopping with us. And this is why Shop LC is and this is a true fact, fastest growing shopping network in the world. And our parent company continues to expand. We now have not just Shop LC, but we have 2 shopping networks in the UK. We have one in England, in Germany. And so we're constantly expanding as our empire grows. We continue to bring out deals like this. So if you want to get one of these, man, take advantage of this right now. Almost everything we're showing you in this morning's live stream is under $100. This afternoon, we have more of a gold theme that we're going to be sharing with you. This next ring fascinates me to no end. This is, let me get out of the way here, because let me move this out of the way too. I want you to see the color saturation here. And this time we do have a good shot. Sometimes, I say what you see on TV or on the website, it doesn't quite look like what I see in person. No, this looks like what I see in person. And I'll show this to you live as well. So let me get you a close look. First, we will do this for our Instagram and Facebook and everyone watching us that way. Oh, wow. This is citrine, by the way. This is Brazilian citrine. And TikTok, your look. That is one of the biggest examples of Brazilian citrine I've ever seen, frankly. I can't even just say, recently. No, I mean ever. That is one of the biggest examples of Brazilian citrine. And your price on this is $99.99. Yes, $99.99. A $700 ring that you're grabbing right now for $99.99. I am in love with this one. You have to see this in person. It is so big. It is so bold. And even the setting on the side is interesting, isn't that? That's white zircon that is set going down the shank of the ring. It has this added scroll work that just gives it a whole nother little interesting vibe. So when you're looking at this ring, because it's not a ring you just look at straight on and say, oh, that's pretty. No, you're going to turn your hand and you'll look at this from every direction, and because it comes up off of the hand like it does. Look at that. quite a presence elevated up off of the hand. 9 grams of silver, 9 grams worth of sterling silver in every one of these. 15.2 carats is the total weight. Let me get my ruler here, because this is another one that visibly we can do live, and you can see that that's going to be over an inch in length. That is a huge presentation of Brazilian citrine. And again, all set in sterling silver. It's called a step cut. And the step cut, I guess I got to go back to the screen here too. Best illustrate this. It's, I guess, kind of as the name implies, you know, not like I'm explaining anything that's a complex theory here. You have all the long facets. Now, I guess you can kind of see here too. Here's the table of the stone. The table is the top largest facet on a gem. And then you have facets coming down. Girdle is the area right here at the widest point all the way around. All of these lines you see are actually the facets on the bottom of the stone. And it's called a step cut because of the way that it seems to just step downward from that middle position that I mentioned a moment ago. So it actually is a very interesting sort of cut that it carries through. What it gives it is a very clean sort of look. So you have all these straight lines. Gives it a really clean sort of design, very crisp, very fresh sort of look. And man, for $99.99, also, I should point out, if there's anything that you're buying today, you're going to get, if it's over $50, free shipping. So obviously this is going to qualify for that. So it's $99.99, outright, done deal, no worries. The free shipping is a bonus. The free shipping is an extra little gift. So if you're ordering this ring right now, we're going to include free shipping. This is another 5-star rated item. Very difficult for an item to have a perfect 5-star rating. This is a 5-star rated item on shoplc.com. So you can check those out for yourself. To have that perfect 5-star rating is pretty impressive. I have a feeling it's because people love the gram weight. 9 grams of silver, a lot of precious metal. Obviously the carat weight is going to be a very big deal. You've got a lot of gemstone carat weight here with the citrine and the accents in white zircon. So there's a lot happening. I am totally enamored by this design, by this ring. I'm going to get out of the way again. And I'm going to get this up to as close as I can really get and have it stay in focus, because I want you to see. There too. I really hope this is coming through the technology as beautifully as it is in person. Oh yeah, Princess Mia just says, I'm in love, just saw a glimpse. Can I see it again, pretty please? Yes, absolutely. You are watching us on Instagram. So let me see how close I can get. Start to lose my focus if I get too close. But that is amazing. The quality of that stone and of that size too. Let me turn it a little. Promise I'm doing my best here. Wow! Oh my God! I'm with you. That is an amazing one. And for the price, my gosh, and you get free shipping on that. This is. I'm glad you're watching right now, because this is honestly, again, I'm the king of full disclosures out here. That is honestly probably about as excited over Brazilian citrine as I've ever gotten. That is amazing. Wow. Okay, we are staying in Brazilian citrine for a second here with a pen. Now hang on a minute. Okay. Look at this pendant. This pendant, and I'll do the same thing, I'm going to show this to you live, is $37.99. I don't know why. For some reason, this pendant is priced at only $37.99. Why is this pendant? I mean, I'm happy, but wow, this does not look like a $40 pendant by any stretch of the imagination. So let me come around. I got to do this way just for the purpose of the camera, because I have to come around to the backside. I'm going to show this first for Instagram, Facebook, and then TikTok. I promise I'll give you a look at it in just a second. A live look. That's 30 cents. You're kidding. $37.99. Okay. No one's watching on TikTok, but just in case someone sees the archive. Look at that. Look at that. $37.99. Wow. Carat weight, 7.5 carats. 2 stones, because I did not even catch that top stone. And let me show you again, right there. A second gemstone. My eye just went here to here and saw that huge, dramatic main gemstone. Didn't even see that there was a second stone on the top. And then the gold, very subtle, gold scroll work here. Just a subtle little accent of gold scroll work. About 5-6 years ago, you used to see a ton. It was like almost every piece had some sort of gold filigree work on it. You don't see as much as you used to. And when it's done a lot more subtly. And I think I almost prefer it this way. I don't know. Every piece is different, and some pieces deserve more. Some don't need. It can be a distraction if there's too much of it. I guess that's where I'm going with this. So this is kind of like the perfect amount. It's not too much. It's a little bit. Not too much, not too little. I'm going to show this again. Let me try so you can see. I mean, the color coming out of this is extraordinary. Oh my word, look at that. See, this really is a rarity. This is a rare thing for me to get really worked up about citrine. I mean, there's really not a gemstone that I dislike. There's some that I like more than others. But citrine, for me to really get worked up and excited about that is a great example. Last month's birthstone, by the way, November's birthstone. And one of the things I always like to point out, also the setting, with regards to citrine, every month we try and do a big event for that month's birthstone on the television end of things. And if you're watching us for the first time, remember, we are not just live streamers. We also run a television shopping network that is there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we always try and do events for that month's birthstone. When we hit November, citrine, the birthstone for the month of November, the event is like that big. It's a small event. It does not last very long because we really can't get citrine in any large amounts anyways, but of any quality. And that's kind of the key issue here. Again, look at that cognac-like almost color that you have out of that stone. Citrine is commonly thought of as a yellow stone, and correctly so. It is a yellow gemstone. But really good citrine gets to these depths of color, like you're seeing here, that is just extraordinary. And that is a really, really, really good example of citrine. And this pendant, what did I say, $37.99. This is a $489 pendant that you're grabbing right now for $37.99. When you think of how good that value is and how much pendant you're getting, I keep wanting to show you the pendant. It's like, yeah, enough of seeing me. Show me the pendant. Let's see how amazing that is. This is what you're buying. This is what you're getting. This is what matters, is seeing that amazing pendant. And that's $40? Why is that pendant $37.99? And you are getting the chain. The chain is in silver. So you have a sterling silver chain and the pendant, the big gemstone, and it's $37.99. Now, I'm going to just mention this in passing because this is one of the other things we like to do here. There's a feature called Budget Pay that we use, it would be $9.50 to get that home on a major credit card. So if you're using your major credit card, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover card, all that's going to cost you right now is $9.50. That's pretty exceptional. And grab that behind the scenes. If you got the ring, get that pendant. I would absolutely get that pendant. So here we go. We're moving on, and let's see. We're moving to our aquamarine ring. Here it is. I'm pausing for just a second because I'm looking at this myself. This is Santa Maria Aquamarine. Again, I feel like I have to do my duty and just show this to you live first and hope that you see in person, or at least on your computer, on your phone, whatever you're using, what I'm seeing in person. Darn it, it's just not coming through like I was hoping it would. Why is it not getting into focus? Come on. All right. What it is Santa Maria Aquamarine. I'm going to have to work off this photo here, I think, because this stone is one for the record books. Santa Maria Aquamarine is the best and the finest aquamarine that there is, and period. There is no argument. Let me try it for TikTok. Let me see. We have two different cameras. One's just for TikTok, and the other is for the other social media. This is an extraordinary example of Santa Maria Aquamarine. It's to the point where it, just to be blunt, it doesn't get any better than that. It really does not get any better than that. We have in our inventory a lot of aquamarine that is Espirito Santo, which is great. It's fine product. The reason we bring it is because it is the closest thing that we can find to the Santa Maria Aquamarine. 10 years ago, about all we showed you was Santa Maria Aquamarine. It was from a mine in Brazil, and that is done. Finished. You do not see any more mining of Santa Maria Aquamarine. It is finished. So the fact that this is happening, this stone at all, for $79.99. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to get this to work here eventually. Somehow, I just got to get my focus right here so the camera can give you a good look at those stones. Oh my word. And believe me, we're working behind the scenes on some other technology to help give us better close shots. You really have to see it. And when the ring is of this size, it's a little more difficult. So we're working on some improvements here, because this, for $79.99, Santa Maria Aquamarine, does not happen. I totally lost my train of thought. March Birthstone Aquamarine. And this is another example of what I was just chatting about, where the events, when we do them, are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. We used to do all-day events of aquamarine. Not anymore. And when we do our events, we do very little of the Santa Maria Aquamarine. I would issue actually the challenge to you. Order the ring, get it. It is sold $114 if you want to, or on TikTok, the little link that you have at the top there. My challenge would be, find aquamarine in a retailer. Most jewelers don't stock it, period. They don't even carry aquamarine. The second challenge I would have for you would be, if you're able to find it, ask them the source, ask them the origin of it. I will be flabbergasted if they have Santa Maria Aquamarine. I would not know where to go. We broadcast our shows from Texas. So we have a lot of shopping opportunities here. I can go north to Dallas. I can go east to Houston, Austin. I personally live very close to San Antonio. So we got a lot of places we can go and shop for jewelry. I don't know where I would find any retailer that has Santa Maria Aquamarine. This stone here is so exceptionally difficult to find that at the price of $79.99, I mean seriously, where would you get a Santa Maria Aquamarine for $79.99? It's not going to happen. And let me go back to the screen here just to again illustrate. Oh, by the way, this is vermeil. This is gold over silver. Those are the prongs holding that stone in place. Look at that color. Look at how blue that is. What a lot of jewelers would do that aren't able to get aquamarine, they would try and talk you into blue topaz. They'd say, well, we don't have aquamarine, but we've got blue topaz. If I wanted blue topaz, I'd buy blue topaz. And the whole reason blue topaz became so popular in the 80s and early 90s was because it was a substitute for aquamarine. Because those jewelers couldn't get aquamarine, so they took topaz, started treating it. It's a two-step process of heating and irradiation that gets blue topaz. So to find aquamarine, Santa Maria, for $79.99 doesn't happen. Until that moment and the next moment that we're going to have. Because we have one more aquamarine opportunity for you. And these are also Santa Maria Aquamarines. Here's what's happening now. And this is not, sometimes the smaller items are a little more difficult. That is incredible. The color that you are getting, again, the TV screen behind me does a great job showing off that color. That is what I'm seeing in person. Oh my word. These stones are amazing. Let me try it for anyone watching on TikTok. There, you can see it pretty clearly right there. The same color in the earrings that we have on the screen behind me. This is the Santa Maria product again at its best, at its finest. Now the accent stones this time, those are moisanites. This was such a smart idea. When we started in moissanite, oh boy, a few years ago we really started doing it. And then I took my sabbatical, left for a year and a half. And in that time, what the company started to do was work moissanite as accent stones to other gemstones. We'd never done that. It was strictly, if we did moissanite, it was an all moissanite product. Okay, I get that. But why wouldn't you take that amazing stone and use it as an accent for other amazing stones? I don't know why we didn't think of this before, but we've thought of it now, and we're doing it now. So you can get moissanites as accents for other gemstones. So, we have Santa Maria Aquamarine, right? Most beautiful aquamarine around. Doesn't get any better. Wouldn't it make sense then to use the best as the accents? Well, what are the best? Diamonds come to mind immediately. Problem is, most diamonds aren't the best. Deflawless diamonds? Well, then suddenly this is a $10,000 earring if we do that. That's out of the question. Could use CZ, but a lot of people balk at the idea of using cubic zirconia, which is lab created as well, because moissanite's grown in a lab, but it has a natural origin. I'll get to that. Why wouldn't we then take our beautiful genuine gemstones, put CZs as accents, because you don't want lab created alongside real. So they don't do that. White topaz, white zircons, pretty, don't sparkle as much. Moissanite is based on an actual find from the 1800s that is now recreated in a laboratory environment, and it has more sparkle, more scintillation than a diamond or a CZ or a white topaz or a white zircon. Now, ding, light goes off. Let's use moissanite as accents for the aquamarines. And now it turns out that you can get those beautiful aquamarines and the moissanites for $79.99. So the ring we had a moment ago was also $79.99. So this whole little pairing right there, that combination would be $160. If you order today, remember all the prices I'm giving you are valid until 4 p.m. Monday. If you order this now, that's $160 for that combination. Each piece, $79.99 on its own. But man, if you can afford to get both of them, and let me get out of the way again so you can see that picture, because that really is a good example of what you're going to see in person. It doesn't get any better than that. That's the combination. That is the color combination that you're going to see in person. It is a beautiful pairing together. The combination that you have of moissanite alongside your aquamarine is smart, very smart, frankly. So if you take advantage of this now, $160 is all that would cost you to get both pieces of jewelry. And that is why you are spending time with our live stream and shopping with us. And I hope getting and taking advantage of these deals while we have them available. We have a half hour remaining with you this morning. We're back this afternoon, 2 more hours this afternoon. Take a little bit of a break in between, and then we'll be back with you this afternoon. I'll see you on the network end of things Tuesday and Friday this week in my new 4 to 6 and 8 to 11 show with Dan Dennis, and then I think I'm back live streaming on Thursday this week. I'll get my schedule posted on social media actually tonight. I always do that Sunday evening. Okay, now, I have been staring at this. I have the table with all of our jewelry right here, and I have been staring at this ring for an hour and a half now, waiting for this moment. I'm going to start with a live shot. This one, you should have no problem seeing in person. Yeah, you can see that. That, friends, is Lusaka amethyst. That amethyst is, dare I say, about as good as it will ever get. I have never, well, the Moroccan's pretty good, but the Moroccan almost is a different beast than Lusaka amethyst. That color is, boy, I wish I could get even closer. Man, is extraordinary. Although the ring's so big, you can see it pretty clearly anyways. Look at the luster that is coming out of that stone. Look at the light play that is taking place there. And look at the various tones that you see. Because it's not just purple. There are some flashes almost of red, a lot of pinks, some violets, some lavenders. There's a lot of colors coming out of that stone. Oh my gosh. And then I go back to this shot here, and that is, again, that's what I see in person. I mean, that is exceptional what is going on right there. Now, I did this live for all the socials except TikTok. Let me do that now so TikTok can see how amazing this is. Oh, wow. That ring is $99.99. Now tell me that doesn't look like every penny of the $770 that this retails at. That is a $770 retail value ring that we're offering right now for $99.99. This piece of jewelry, and again, look at the presence on the hand. Oh my gosh. It is big. It is dramatic. And that's the whole point of this ring. That sense of drama, that sense of elegance, of sophistication. It is one of the biggest, boldest grandest rings that we have to show you, and it's under $100. And I guess that's why the real exceptional part of this is that would never ordinarily be $99.99. Look at that on the hand. This is huge. 13.9 carats worth. 13.9 carats in one ring. It is a statement piece. If you're looking for dramatic, you're looking for big and bold, it is all here. Lusaka amethyst is an African stone. It is extraordinary. I only have, I guess, really one piece of Lusaka amethyst in my personal collection. We do not see it often. When we see it, oh my gosh, grab it. And to get a stone, DJ, can I see the size of this?
Yes.
What's the millimeter on this? I should have known. 18 by 13 millimeter. That's an 18 by 13 millimeter stone that you're buying today for $99.99. And I mean what I'm about to say. Zircon accents, by the way. You could take this stone. If you love the stone, hate the setting, you could, at this price for an 1813 stone, buy the stone, resell the setting, I'd do what you want with it, and have it reset in something else. That's a great value for just the stone. So to see a Lusaka amethyst of this size at $99.99, what are we doing? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that is a massive stone for $99.99. And the quality is exceptional. I mean exceptional on that stone. You will see this again. I wish TikTok's getting a better look at this than Instagram and Facebook is for some reason. I don't know why that is, but that is amazing what you are seeing right there. Could just be my image too that I see back here. But anyway, moving on. I'm going to squeeze in a few more deals here before we put the top on things. That ring, that stone, exceptional. Absolutely exceptional piece of jewelry. Okay, we get into some tourmaline now with this beautiful spray design. Man, here's another. I'm going to start with the live looks at this. TikTok, first glance. Oh boy, you have so many different colors of tourmaline here. I'm going to go over all the different colors of tourmaline in a second because there are some very valuable colors of tourmaline here, and I don't want you to miss out on any of them or to find out what they are. And now for our other forms of social media, just so you can see how great those stones are and the quality in each and every one of them. There are in this ring pink, green, actually there's a couple different hues of green in this one, which is really interesting because there's a darker green and there's a lighter green. There's almost some yellow in here. And then the large pink tourmaline in the center. Pink tourmaline, let me go back to this shot here for a second, because that's the pink in the center, and that is a pear shape. You have marquise cut all the way around the outside of that, and the marquise cut being the most expensive and most wasteful cut of them all. And that's a fact, by the way. Marquise cut is the most expensive and most wasteful of all of the cuts out there. When you marquise cut a gemstone, you're going to lose about half the gemstone. So what you wind up with back there is about half of what it originally was, because you've lost about half of the gemstone when you marquise cut it. Now, why do you do that then? Well, you do that because when you have a nice marquise cut gemstone, it is exceptional. It is a treat to see. There's a lot of inherent value to a marquise cut gemstone. So when you wind up with something like that, on your hand, and people see all of those marquise cut gemstones, and they see that incredible presentation, that is a treat to be able to see. I just noticed too, and you can probably see this on your streams at home. I always like to take a moment to explain the markings that you see on the inside of any of our jewelry, because you have some letters and some numbers. First, you have D apostrophe joy. Stands for delivering joy. Our mantra at Shop LC, because we do want to deliver joy, beautiful jewelry for you, and then a meal for a hungry child with every single purchase that is made. We provide a meal for a hungry child in the United States and in India, where our parent company is based. So that's our marking D Joy. That is by law our company signature on every piece that we do. Then, it also on this one says 925. 925 is the universal mark for sterling silver, because the foundation metal on this ring is silver. That is gold everywhere around it. So the ring is completely bathed in gold over sterling silver. So you have silver as the foundation, but you're looking at gold. However, since it is gold that you're looking at, but the majority of the piece is silver, we by law have to mark the sterling silver, since that is the foundation, that is the majority. It's a micron, a couple microns usually of 14 karat that are over the sterling silver. And so that's how that winds up being put together. So the fact of the matter is, what you're buying now is rich, beautiful, very stylish jewelry, gorgeous jewelry for certain, and of course something that is very easy to wear and enjoy, and at the price of $79.99. Keep in mind that it's very easy to order these pieces. If you like this, in the chat box, the comment box, put sold 117. Now, if you're watching us on TikTok, there's a link right up there that you click, and that will allow you to place the order for this or for anything that we frankly have shown you at all in our live stream. So it's even easier, I think, for our TikTok friends, although everyone else, you have the little comment box, that's pretty easy too. So either way, the price is going to be the same of $79.99. And either way, you are getting yourself all these beautiful examples of tourmaline. Tourmaline is a massive group of gemstones. There's a lot of gemstones that fall under the tourmaline heading, including pink, green, orange, yellow, and all that you see here. Some are rarer than others. Obviously, putting together something like this is demanding the use of a lot of different colors of tourmaline. So you wind up with this beautiful spray style ring. It's a cluster ring, classic sort of cocktail style ring that we turn around and offer for $79.99. We do have the 4 budget payments on this as well. If you want to go that route on your major credit card, well, $20 can get this home. So very easy and very affordable that way as well. It's dramatic. It is big. It is bold. It's dramatic, and it is available right now. Here is what's happening. We are going to continue with some Bali jewelry. Okay, great. We have an amazing assortment of jewelry that is handcrafted on the island of Bali. And what we're going to do now is show you one of the most classic of them all. If you've ever, any place, retail or another shopping network, ever shopped for jewelry from the island of Bali, this is more than likely the chain that you have seen. It is called the Tulongnaga. It is a dragon's tail design. And there we go. TikTok's getting better shots today for some reason. There you can very clearly see the link. Let me try it again for our other friends on social media. It's not coming through as clearly today. Well, anyway. The design you can see on the screen behind us, will just rely on that, because what it is again, the classic dragon's tail design. this is your clasp. I always very fondly and affectionately show those off, because that becomes part of the intrigue of this design. We have one of our producers here hates showing those. Thinks that it's not something anybody cares about, and I have to respectfully completely disagree, because over the years I've learned how important that is. And to a lot of you who are putting pendants on these chains, because this is a very thick chain and it doesn't necessarily work with a lot of pendants. So what you do is you take that clasp, open it up, take the other end off. I have to open it a little bit more. There we go. Take the other end off, put your pendant on right here, then put that back on, and then close that up. You wear this in the front. So it does become part of the design, and it does become something that you want to show off, because you have your favorite pendant suspended from that part right there. So I actually like it. I think it's a great thing to show off, and I think it's a great part of the design and part of the interest and the intrigue in this design. This is a great, let's see, what's the size? It's an 18-inch length. It could be for him, could be for her. Now, usually the 18s are a little short on me, and I think this is going to be the case as well, but I'll give it a try. And again, it's all kind of relative. Now, some people like their chains right up at the neck. You can see on me, and this is clasped on the back there, I have about a 16-inch neck, so that's why it does stay a little bit further up. Mine is a 20, so it comes down a little bit further, which I just like. Now that I'm looking at this, though, it actually, over the sweater that I have on, isn't bad. I think it might disappear under the neckline a little bit. But if you're buying this for a guy, if he has a 16-inch neck, if you've ever bought a dress shirt, his neck size, then this might work. I would say it's probably going to be better suited for someone with a bit of a shorter neck, or definitely for the ladies out there. So it's entirely up to you. But there's some serious gram weight in this piece. There's 13.85 grams of sterling silver in this one neck piece. And because you have such an impressive gram weight, and you have so much gram weight in this one, you honestly wind up with some serious heft to this piece. And I say that in a good way, because it's the kind of piece of jewelry that, because of the gram weight and the dimensions that you have here, it just feels wonderful on. It's the kind of piece of jewelry that you're purchasing because you can feel the weight of it. It is not that skinny little dental floss piece of jewelry. This has some heft, so it feels great on. For all of you who have ever watched any of our live shows, remember, we're not just live streaming here, Shop LC, 4 hours a day. No, we also run a 24-hour-a-day cable shopping network. It is on TV right now, either on your cable system or on a local TV station. We're on a lot of digital stations on over-the-air TV. We have an app you can download where we stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So there's a lot of ways to watch the regular broadcast. So check those out as you can at shoplc.com. That's the easiest way to catch those live streams. I noticed a few minutes ago we had a couple gentlemen who were joining us. I hope you're still there, guys, because we have a piece now for the guys that I'm going to show you, in fact, right away. Excuse me. On our live shot here. Actually, let me see if I can do it this way. It's kind of hard to backwards. I don't want to block TikTok too long, but there's the TikTok camera. So, sorry, I'll leave you for just a second here, just so the people on our other social can see this ring on my hand. Isn't that good looking? Nice. I mean, it's a big ring. It's a very large ring on the hand, but that's a good thing. That's what you want, is a large ring on the hand. There, boy, wow, you can clearly see that one. Okay. TikTok, I'm not ignoring you anymore. Same shot for you. But if you're watching us on any of these forms of social, maybe we popped up in your feed, like us. Go ahead, click like. That way you can follow Shop LC And you can get all of our live shows. Follow me. You can search my name, Shawn, S-H-A-W-N, last name Wilsie, W-I-L-S-I-E. And follow me on social media as well, so you can get updates on all of my shows and my podcast that I do. I just uploaded a new episode this past Wednesday, and I have another new one coming up probably next weekend, actually. I'll be posting the next one. That'll be it for the year. Then we'll start it up again in 2024. Can't believe we're talking about that. But I love this design. It's a classic solitaire. Now, my wedding ring is a cluster ring in kind of a vintage style. But most of the other rings that I have that I wear on my right hand are all just one large stone, just like that, set into some form of a setting. It's very, again, classic, very timeless in its design and its style. And that is 3.7 carats of all ruby. No accent stones here. That is one stone, 3.7 carats, total weight, done deal. That is it. That one massive ruby, and that is a massive ruby, is 3.7 carats in total gemstone weight. It is in 4 fingers of sterling silver holding that together. Nice detail going down the shank here too. You can see kind of like a crisscross pattern going down the shank. I was going to say rolled bar, that would be misleading to you, but it's just kind of this beautiful little crisscross vertical and horizontal lines that go down the shank of the ring. So listen, for all the women watching who might be thinking about the guys in their lives, and what did I say today was? 10th? Yeah, 15 days until Christmas. We can still get these items to you in time for Christmas. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, it's too late, I missed the boat. No, you did not. Any item we're showing you here, we can get to you in time for Christmas. So yes, you can still have this ring. It can be under the Christmas tree. It can be a gift for Christmas, no worries. If he has a birthday coming up in the next few weeks, next month or so, great gift for those occasions as well. So it is not too late to get items in time for Christmas. My concern does get to, if you wait too long, then we have the delivery concerns, because you always have to allow time for delivery. But let me just show you again, because this really is such a great large piece that any guy, I would think, would just absolutely love. If he likes a big, and look at the height on that. Is it large? Yes, it comes up off of the hand, but it's not too big. It's not overly large. There have been some designers that have created rings for the guys that are just so massive that they come up off the hand that much. Not always practical. When you're going to put on a sleeve, a long sleeve, and you're putting your hand through that long sleeve, big rings like that can snag, and you don't want things pulling on and tearing at the materials that you're wearing. So that's just the perfect size for a man's ring as far as the height goes, because you have to allow some setting space. When you've got a stone of that size, you have to allow some room for the setting. But that is just spot on, perfect. And let me go back to the price here. I mean, come on, that ring is $29.99. In what universe is a ruby single stone that weighs 3.7 carats? Because that stone is a 3.7 carat stone. In what universe is that only $29.99? This is a $250 ring. The silver alone on this piece would be worth more than $29.99. Because you have or stainless steel, excuse me, this isn't stainless steel. The stainless steel on this ring, and incidentally again, on the inside, 316L SS. 316L, stainless steel is what that stands for on the inside there. So the stainless steel setting on this ring is worth more than $29.99. So if you want to get that, again, get in right now. We're going to squeeze in maybe just one more. We'll see here. Yeah, final one. Okay. A lot of other items, they'll get loaded in so you can shop them behind the scenes if you would like. But in the meantime, perfect. This was the first piece I looked at when I walked in today. Oh my gosh, do I love this. I had a chance to spend 2 weeks in China for work many, many years ago. My gosh, probably 8, 9 years ago now. And I fell in love with the culture, the people. I know there's a lot of negative things about that country these days in broadcast on television, but I can't say anything bad about the people that I met there. The culture, I fell in love with things like this that they do and they cherish so much over there. And what I'm talking about is jade, and this is black jade. Um, the price on this, first off, is $99.99. We have everyone, and boy, I'm going to do my best here. Let me start just. I don't have many people on TikTok. Let me just do this. We'll try this for the rest of the universe so that you can see the detail on these beads, because every one of them is carved, and they are carved by hand. Oh my gosh. These are Chinese characters and depictions that they carve into each and every one of these beads. And all of the beads are hand knotted, which is important. It's like if you buy pearls. You'll always see a little knot in between the pearls, or you should. Same thing here. These are all individually hand knotted beads that are strung together one at a time. Now the clasp on this is a frog, which is just, again, the cutest, coolest little thing. The frog's mouth opens, he bites onto the ring with his teeth, and that is what's holding this in place. Very cool design. But the fact that you can get carved jade is extraordinary, and I wish we had more time, because I could go into a 10-minute speech on how these pieces are carved, because it is time consuming to do. Every last one of these is carved by an artist by hand. Now just think for a second, if you've ever tried to carve, maybe as a kid you had a class where you tried to, they had you carve soap. You know, as a kid in elementary school, sometimes you would do that. You know how difficult that is. Imagine now working in a stone, and a very tough stone. There's hardness and there's toughness with gemstones. And I'm trying to think of a better way maybe to explain this, but they're two different things. This is a tough stone, meaning it's very difficult. The stone is tough to literally carve it. Many times the carvers or tools, actually, they break because it's so difficult to carve jade. So it's definitely a very distinctive process that they have to go through to carve these. The feeling of it. You can always tell a gemstone, can't you? Because it has that special cool feeling to it. You can tell that these are real, that these are genuine gemstones. Carat weight is 660 carats. That is extraordinary. And our frog, by the way, is in vermeil, yellow gold over sterling silver. Minimum 2.5 microns, and yes, it's 14 karat gold vermeil that they use. The quality on this piece is just amazing. To be able to get such fine detail on the frog is exceptional enough, but then to have all of these pieces of carved jade for $99.99. Now, I go again to the reviews on the website, which you can check out yourself. There are 13 of them, and even after 13 reviews, it's 4.9 star rated. Sometimes you have, once you hit 13 reviews, you know, there's always going to be a couple people maybe that don't care for it as much, and so the ratings start to drop. This is still at 4.9 stars after 13 reviews. So that's as close to perfect as you can get. So people are very pleased with their purchase. And let me give another look for our friends on TikTok just so they can see as well the intricate detailing that is done on this. There's no way that a $900 jade necklace, and there's your little frog, that's the clasp, should be selling for $99.99. But it is. This is $99.99 for 600 carats of real jade. Every last bead carved one at a time by hand, which takes hours and hours and hours, obviously, of work to do. So that little extra touch right there, that is pretty special to be able to have that. I just look at the clock. It's lunchtime is what it is, and so we are going to take a little break. We'll be back in a couple hours though, because we have a lot more to get to. Items we didn't get to will be scanned in, so you can shop those behind the scenes. But otherwise, we will see you back right here in 2 hours' time.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I said we got